Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a web page where when you load the web page we have audio playing straight away. We also get controls on the web page to pause the video, pause the music, play the music, turn it up and turn it down. So the first thing you need to do is go to YouTube and find the video or with the music on that you want. Once you've got that video, you then go to a website called youtube-mp3.org, and what this will do is it will take a YouTube URL such as this, so copy this URL, and if you paste that URL into this box here like that and then hit convert video, what that's going to do is it'll process the video and give you a link to download it as an MP3. So press download, and if you're in Google Chrome, what that should do is start downloading the file down here. Now once you've got that file, what you need to do is show that in the Finder. So you can see, like, I've downloaded that audio file. There it is. It's in my downloads folder. I'm going to cut that. So I'm going to cut it out of this folder, and then I'm going to go and put it into my website folder. So my website folder is Year 8, Web Design, Website V1. Now then, what you want to do is in your website folder, create a folder called Audio. And that's where you're going to save any music that you're going to put in your web page. So create a folder called Audio, and then paste that file that you've just cut from your downloads folder into here. Now it's obviously downloaded with a very long file name, so what I'm going to do is right click and I'm going to rename it, and I'm going to give it a sensible name. Okay, so Audio 1. You might want to call it the actual song's name, that's fine. Now as you can see, this file here, Audio 1, is an MPEG, which means it's an MP3 file. Just to confirm that, if I right click and go to Properties, you can see here, look, .mp3. So it's an MP3 file. Now, so what I'm going to do is I've got a web page here called Home. I'm going to put that audio track that's in this audio folder onto this page. So already you should start thinking about how it gets it. If I am the home.html file, if I want to get that file, I've got to write a piece of code that says go into the audio folder and get audio1.mp3. Okay, so I'm just going to open up this file. And we're going to open it up with Sublime Text. Here it is. I'll just shrink it to fit on the window so we can see what's going on here. Okay, so if I just save this page, file save, and then I actually show you what this page looks like at the minute. At the minute the page looks like that. Okay, so there's no audio on it. It's just got a title at the top and it's got some buttons here. Now what I want to do is I want to put this audio control panel right at the top of my page. So straight after the body, I'm going to create a P tag, which is just a paragraph tag. And then I need to write some code in here that's going to put that audio file on this page. And the code that I need to write is open tag audio, and for now I can just write that, and what I want to do then is just close the audio like that. So I've opened up an audio tag, so that's basically telling the web page I'm going to put some audio here. Then all I need to do is really just source that audio, as in tell it where that audio track is. So you go source, and then you write SRS, which actually is like it's like an image source. You're going to tell this web page where that audio file is. So I go equals, and then in brackets I'm going to write audio, because I'm basically trying to tell it where, if I am this page, if this code is this page, I need to say go into the audio folder and then get audio1.mp3. So slash audio1.mp3, like that. And it is as simple as that. I just need to close this tag like that, and that will now put the audio on my page. However, it'll do it without any control panel. So let's just save this. Go back to our web page and hit refresh. Now then, the reason that's not working is because I haven't told, there's two things I haven't done. I haven't told it to start playing as soon as it comes on, and I haven't given it the controls so that I can manage it. So all you need to do is in this audio tag here, first thing I want to put is controls, like that, and that will, if I save this and hit refresh now, that'll give me the controls. I can now play that song. Yep, so the song is playing. However, I want it to come on straight away. I want without me having to actually press play. So again, go back to my code, and all I do next to the word controls is write autoplay. So if I save this, go back in here, hit refresh, without me having to press play, this should automatically start. That. Yep. Let's pause. And then the last thing I could do is, if this played all the way to the end, it will just stop. So what I might want to do is I might also want to loop it so that it just continuously plays. Now then, as I've mentioned previously, this file here will play on most web browsers, but it won't play on all web browsers. So what you need to do is you need to go and convert this MP3 file to a .ogg file and a .wav file. And then what you would do is you would simply copy this code, paste it like this, and then as long as you've saved these .ogg files and .wav files as the same file name, so this is my audio1.mp3. If I converted it, and I would have an audio1.ogg in here, and then if I converted that to a WAV, I'd have an audio1.wav file. So then what I would do is in here, I'd put the OGG one, and I'd put the WAV one, like that. And then what will happen is whatever music file the browser will play, it will just pick it from here. So say for example Internet Explorer doesn't play MP3 but it plays WAVs, it'll automatically pick up the WAV file. Yep. If it's an OGG file, because it's something like a different web browser that doesn't support MP3 and WAV, it'll automatically pick up the OGG file. So all you really need to do is go and find a converter online, MP3 to WAV, and convert that file, and then save it into your audio folder here. Now the last thing I'm going to point you to is, you'll notice that if I go on every page, it will start the song again. So I'm going to point you to this website, and I'll put the link on the video, and I'll also put it on Edmodo. Don't worry about the music, but what this does is it takes you through the steps and the code that you need to write, and where you need to write this code. And you need to write this code on every page that you want this track to be playing on, and it will just literally play the song continuously across your web pages. Okay, so I'll put all these links on YouTube. I'll put the link to YouTube to mp3.org. I'll also put a link to this web page which describes the code that we've just written, and I'll put a link to this web page as well. Okay.